Welcome to Landmark Sports Show, broadcasting live to you from downtown Manhattan on this nice little first day of spring day out there. Weather's pretty good. It could be a little warmer, but we're definitely coming out of the winter. Ant's feeling better this week. He overcame his cold. He's feeling good, ready to go. We got some UFC, a lot of UFC news this week.
We got a lot of UFC news.
And we got a little NBA talk, a little MLB extension talk, but
That's right.
a lot of UFC here today. So,
Alright, let's get started with the main topic of the day. TJ Dillashaw. Folks, Mr. Dillashaw has tested positive. He failed a drug test from his last fight against Henry Cejudo.
And this is a guy you're a big fan of, right?
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Dillashaw's one of the guys you really like. So, what does this do in terms of his legacy in UFC?
Well, I mean, if you're going to talk about legacy, I mean, I don't really think this would truly impact it because we don't know what could truly be in his body because we still have to wait for the B sample to come.
Okay.
A possible C sample if the B sample comes back negative. So, this is not like a John Jones situation.
How's it different?
Because you got to remember, John Jones failed both samples.
Okay, so Dillashaw hasn't failed both samples yet, so we're holding out a little bit of hope that maybe it could have been a false negative or false positive.
Exactly. So, because of that, Dillashaw posted on his Instagram that he doesn't want to hold out the division, so he has vacated the bantamweight title.
Okay.
Which I believe is a smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's not holding out the division because of this whole nonsense, which could take a long time.
Does it take a while to get the B sample?
It takes quite a while.
Now, how did that fight go, the one that he now is tested positive for?
Well, you remember, he got knocked out in the first round.
Okay,
against Cejudo.
So this isn't going to affect... Wait, how does he have... Oh, because it was a different weight class.
Yeah, it was a flyweight.
So this isn't necessarily going to affect the outcome of that fight.
Exactly.
What if he had won that fight and now failed the test? Would it be taken away from him?
Yeah, it'd be turned into a no contest. I think depending on if he were to pass. I think it's depending if he failed like the B sample.
Oh, so if he did fail the B, then it'd be no contest.
Probably, yeah.
Alright, but since he lost, it doesn't matter. But he's actually vacating a belt from a different weight class.
Yeah, from his natural weight class.
Now, is that anticipating some kind of suspension?
Well, the New York State Athletic Commission has suspended him for a year.
Does that mean, can he fight in another state, or that he wouldn't be able to fight anywhere?
I don't think he'd be able to fight anywhere.
Okay, so basically he's looking at a 1-year suspension from UFC.
Yeah.
Alright. But you don't really see this as necessarily tainting his legacy or anything like that?
Nah. Especially since he lost the fight.
Right, so if it had been like a title fight that he won, then it might be a little different.
Exactly.
Alright, that makes sense.
Yeah. Don't worry, TJ. I'm supporting you.
That's still your boy.
Yeah, I'm still supporting you. So, you're probably wondering, what could this be? What could happen next to the Bantamweight Championship?
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Folks, I want to see this fight so bad. Pedro Munoz versus Marlon Moraes.
And right now it's vacated, right? So nobody has the belt, but you're saying that this could be for the belt.
I want to see that fight so bad. Oh my God, I want to see that fight.
What do you think the chances are we get that fight?
That's a high possibility. I mean, Moraes just looks so impressive.
Yeah.
Since that fight against Aljamain Sterling. And then Pedro Munoz, he just knocked out Cody Garbrandt in the first round in their last fight.
So both guys are really riding a high right now.
That is a great fight. Anybody could win that fight. Let me tell you, man, Pedro Munoz has got quite the chin on him.
Yeah.
I mean, he took quite a few hard shots from Garbrandt.
Now let's see how my UFC knowledge is improving. So, if they fought, it would be for an interim belt.
No. They would be for the undisputed belt. You were close, though.
Oh, man.
It'd be for the undisputed title since Dillashaw vacated.
Okay, so if Dillashaw had not vacated, and say like he was suspended for a year, then they could have fought for the interim.
No, because then Dillashaw probably would have gotten stripped because since he failed a drug test.
Got it.
He would have gotten stripped, and then they still would have fought for the undisputed title.
So that's interim, like if he just hadn't been fighting maybe because of injury or something?
Yeah.
Got it. All right, I'm getting better. Want to talk a little bit about the fight this weekend?
Wait, let's talk about this past weekend.
Yeah, this past weekend. Ant just showed me the knockout.
This past weekend, Jorge Masvidal made his long-awaited return against number 3 ranked Darren Till. And Jorge Masvidal knocked out Darren Till in the second round in Till's hometown of England.
Big time knockout.
Knocked him out cold.
Now, this wasn't the fight where they had the situation after the fight where the guys fought in the
No.
What fight was that?
That was Leon Edwards.
Same card, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards was the co-main event.
Yeah, that was crazy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Masvidal's not one of those guys who likes to talk trash, you know, and from what I saw in the video, Leon did have his hands up first, looking like he wanted to come try to swing at Masvidal, so...
Oh, so that was actually a guy from another fight was talking to Masvidal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Till did nothing wrong.
See, when I was watching it, I thought it was two guys that had just had a fight. So there was actually, they'd been in separate fights.
Yeah.
And then that guy was challenging Masvidal?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it did look like the guy kind of came at him with his fist up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does this mean for Masvidal next?
You know, now, well, he's in the top 5 rankings now after that performance, so, I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against, what's his name? Maybe Tyron Woodley.
And that'd be for the title, right?
No, that'd be maybe a number 1 contender's bout.
Okay.
Woodley's not the champion anymore.
So Masvidal is still maybe a fight away from getting a shot at the belt?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he just made his return, so yeah, I think he's about a fight away.
All right, but big return.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. And we got something coming up Saturday.
Saturday night, folks. Welterweight 5-round fight.
Two of the guys you really like, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Between Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus the former UFC lightweight champion and making his welterweight debut, Anthony Showtime Pettis.
Now this is an ESPN Plus card?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what are you thinking about this one?
This is going to be a good fight.
You think?
I think it's going to be a good fight.
Who's the favorite right now? Wonderboy?
Yeah.
But not by much, right?
Right, not by much.
All right. And this is the main event, I'm guessing?
Yeah, this is the main event, 5 rounds.
Okay.
I can't wait for this fight.
You want to make some predictions?
Yeah. You know, because he's moving up, I got to go with Showtime Pettis.
Oh, wow.
I got to go with Showtime Pettis. I'm going to say a decision.
Okay. I'm going Wonderboy in a knockout.
Knockout? Okay.
Yep. Feeling a knockout in this one.
I wouldn't mind seeing a knockout from any one of these guys.
Yeah, it should be an exciting fight.
Yeah.
I want to get your feelings on the new ESPN Plus deal. So, initially, I was kind of excited about this because, so again, I'm sort of like a casual UFC fan. I've become more of a fan as we've been doing the show. When they said, oh, now the pay-per-view fights are going to be available on ESPN Plus, part of me thought, okay, maybe it might be worth getting ESPN Plus to see all these big fights. Come to find out, you have to have ESPN Plus, but then you also have to buy the pay-per-view from ESPN Plus.
Which that makes no sense.
No, so now they want people to pay for a subscription service like ESPN Plus. Granted, it's $5 a month, but you know that adds up. That's $60 a year. And then on top of that, still have to pay pay-per-view for the big fights. Like I don't know how I'm feeling about that.
I really don't. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, because it's like you're putting it on the ESPN Plus app, and you realize they have like almost 1 billion fans subscribe to the ESPN Plus app because of UFC.
Right.
Like you could at least make the pay-per-views free if it's on ESPN Plus.
Imagine how many more people they might have gotten me again as a casual UFC fan, but somebody's becoming more interested. They might have gotten me to sign up for ESPN Plus if you could get all the fights.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to sign up for ESPN Plus and then have to pay an extra $60 for the really good fights. Like
exactly.
That's not. So I don't know. I'm sure they have a plan, but I think as they try to become more mainstream, which I think they are with the ESPN deal, I kind of feel like that was a little bit of a disappointment.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time disappointment.
And what about Dana's extension? So he got an extension that was in the news?
Yeah, Dana White got an extension for 7 years, so he's going to remain the president of the UFC.
And he's been the president pretty much since it started, right?
2001, he's been president. And UFC began in 1993.
And he's really seen it through a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not a big fan?
I mean, honestly, it's like his time is done. I think he should just move on.
Yeah, ready for a new perspective.
Yeah.
Well, you look at something like the NBA, where I think with Adam Silver, like that was a new perspective, and it's been good for the NBA.
Yeah.
Seems like they need somebody to make better fight matches.
Oh, of course, because Sean Shelby is just not a great matchmaker.
Seems like that's one of the biggest criticisms I hear you make and other people make of UFC is like, yeah, they need somebody that makes better fight matches.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Any other UFC updates?
Nah, that does it.
Yeah, that was quite a bit, I guess.
Yeah.
We just did over 10 minutes on UFC.
Yeah, exactly. Almost 11.
NBA season. We're getting close to the playoffs.
Brooklyn Nets.
Big night for the Nets last night.
28-point comeback win against the Kings.
That's impressive.
D'Angelo Russell, 44 points.
Wow. He was never doing that with the Lakers.
I'm telling you, the Lakers made a huge mistake in trading away D'Angelo. Look at what he's become.
Mm-hmm.
He's the key player on the Nets.
You still don't want that 6 spot because you don't want the Sixers.
When was the last time the Sixers did really well in the playoffs?
They beat the Heat in the series last year.
Because they didn't have Dwayne Wade.
They didn't?
Miami had Dwayne Wade for like one game, and then that was it.
We'll see. I mean, I think it'd be exciting for us and for the show if the Sixers and the Nets are matched up in the first round.
Brooklyn is going to the second round.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Brooklyn's going to the second round.
We shall see.
That's right. Now, if they get the 7th spot,
then they would play the Raptors.
That's All right, I hope we face the Raptors because Raptors are horrible in the playoffs. They choke in the playoffs.
They have definitely struggled in the playoffs.
Kind of the same with James Harden.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the NBA playoffs, though. I think it's going to be exciting this year. I think the East is better than it's been in a long time, which is weird because LeBron left, so you would think it would have gotten worse. But maybe it brought a little parity to the East.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
All right, so
how's your 76ers doing?
They're doing well. They're winning most of the games. They won last night. They beat Charlotte. Embiid is really a difference maker for them when he's healthy and playing. I think that they can play with anybody. If he's not healthy, I think they would get out of the first round, but then they would really struggle in the second round. I think with Embiid, there's no reason to think they can't go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
All right, you know what? Let's start early prediction. Who do you think will go to the finals?
I usually go chalk in the NBA, like just kind of what's meant to be or what everyone thinks it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Warriors and the Bucks.
I'm going to say the Warriors and Boston.
Really?
If Kyrie is healthy. If Kyrie is healthy, Boston is definitely going to the finals.
That's quite an upset pick.
Well, the thing is, you got to look at this. Boston, they almost made it to the finals last year.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to click this year for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
It's Kyrie.
I feel like most people are picking the Bucks, and people that aren't picking the Bucks think it's going to be like the Raptors or the Sixers to knock them off. So I feel like you're kind of going against the grain there with the Celtics.
I really do believe the Celtics will go to the finals. Granted, like I said, as long as Kyrie's healthy. Because look at this. Last year, Celtics made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They almost knocked off LeBron.
Yeah. What if you think that there's one team in the West that could knock off the Warriors? Who would it be?
Oh man, I don't even think there's any team that can knock them off, to be honest. But if I had to pick, I would probably say Houston.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
Yeah, but there's just no team that can knock them off.
They'd have to have a healthy Chris Paul, because they took him to 7 last year, and then Paul got hurt. But but you never know.
Yeah.
All right, MLB.
MLB.
We're still in spring training. It feels like spring training goes forever. What's today? 20th?
Yeah.
So we still got like a little less than 2 weeks probably till opening day.
I thought we had a week.
Is it only a week?
I think so.
I think they're playing a series in Japan, aren't they? Maybe that opens up in a week.
Yeah.
So at this point in spring training, I just want the regular season to get here.
Exactly. I want my Yankees to begin.
Some big news though, huh?
Mike Trout. Mike Trout has signed a 12-year, $430 million contract extension with the Angels.
Whew. That's like $500 million. That's
exactly.
Crazy. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
He is the best player in baseball. I mean, people say that if he continues on the rate that he's at, he could go down as one of the best players in history.
Oh, absolutely.
So, on that side, it's good he got his money. I think it's fairly smart money for the Angels, as crazy as that is to say. But,
yeah.
When you have the best player in baseball and you want to lock him down, you don't want to be the team that let him get away. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for the record, I would have much rather the Phillies have him than Harper.
Yeah, I actually agree, I think you guys would have been much better off with Trout.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be really excited about Trout. Harper, I'm excited, but I also think he's a little overhyped.
Harper's good, though.
He is, but I think the difference is Trout's a guy that is going to hit 315, 320, whereas Harper is going to hit 260 maybe, and I think that's a lot of points over the course of a year. So...
On paper, the Yankees have the best bullpen. On paper.
We'll see. Yankees have a lot of competition in the AL.
And we're going to win.
So we should probably do, the next time we film it next week, we should probably do some MLB predictions.
Oh, for sure.
For the season. A little, World Series, MVP, that kind of stuff.
For sure.
All right. Is that it for today?
That does it.
We were a little UFC heavy, but we're going to get way more into NBA and MLB as the playoffs and the MLB season come upon us.
Definitely.
So that's it. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Have a great week and enjoy your weekend. See you guys next week.
Happy spring.
Happy spring.